Hello, everybody. Welcome back to BSG Online 3. Right now we do have this any percent run. This Carto any percent run by Steve TV Online. So Steve, please take it away.
Hello everyone. My name is Steve TV Online, and I'm going to be playing Carto. This game is it just came out on October 27th of this year, so it's brand new. So it's super exciting to show this off really early, and it's kind of exciting also because we found some skips in this that can actually save quite a bit of time. And with me, I have another one of the runners, Manstellan. Say hi.
Yo, hello, hello.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm
and he
the one of
is
the runners of it.
yeah. So we're going to be starting off this game. We're going to go down to new game here, and the second that I hit A, we are going to start this run. In 3, 2, 1, go. So, Mans, can you explain what's happening here at the beginning of the game? What the story
Well,
is?
yeah, just a context of the game itself is a Carto is as a protagonist of the game. So she and her grandma is essentially a cartographer. Well, Carto, as in the name itself, is like a map guider, and all of the sudden itself, Carto just stuck out of nowhere. And what we do here in the game itself, or at least in the goal itself, is to refine her grandma again with Carto itself, which is going to be a little bit finicky and also a bit fun on it. As the base of the game itself, Carto is a puzzle-based adventure game. As you can see here, Steve is just doing a tutorial of the game, like throwing how to throw the map pieces, how to get the map piece of them. And as the speedrun aspect of it, it's a lot of stuff that actually has been involved on it, such as the placement of the pieces, like where do we actually put the pieces on it, and also like manipulating the conversation and such. We also found a lot of stuff, and of course, because of the like a new age of the game itself, we actually found quite of a interesting stuff in it, which is called out of bounds strat, which will be showcased later on. So yeah, now at this point, Steve is actually putting this specific tile with the guy in the bottom of it. The reason why we put it in the bottom, because if we actually put it near Carto at instance, he's going to ask you to put the same tile again, which is the percentage we actually change into the left side of the island, which we don't actually want. So in order to actually manipulate the order of it, we put the guy with the tile on the bottom of it, and then he's going to ask you to put the tile on the right, which we actually wanted to, because if we actually put it in the left, and then we need to rearrange all of the tiles on the left just to make sure that that one specific tile to actually connect to each other. So yeah, the game is essentially just put the map tile, do the thing, get the item, do the thing, and then do the task and such. It's a simplistic game, and it's kind of fun to see. Aren't you, Steve?
All right, and basically, as he's been talking, we're already to almost the end of the chapter here. What's going on here is Cheyenne is upset because it's today is her coming of age, and with that, they actually have to move away from the island and find their own residence in another island to never return again. So she does not want to leave, and instead she's trying to get out of actually moving away. And so she befriends Carto here, who decides that she'll come along with her. But before she leaves, she wants us to grab some soil to remember the original island that she's been living on. So with all the island that we've been moving around, that's the fastest that we were able to get the soil over to her and go talk to her again. Then she's going to give us one more map piece. She says, I don't really need this map piece, so she's going to give it to us. And that's going to allow for us to go to the northern pier. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way back over to where the soil is. We're going to turn this a couple of times, drop the pier, and we're going to go up And before we can go talk to Cheyenne, we are going to talk to this lady because it's part of the related story. It will not let you continue unless you talk to her. She's giving us a toy sailboat that she made for her son. That if we're on our trip and we've run into the sun, she wants us to give it to her. Give it to him.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, we're going to find her son later on in chapter something. And yeah, we're going to see him actually on the road too. So essentially, Shannon is like Carto adventure buddy. So we'll be doing an adventure together later on in a lot of chapters in the game.
This routing that we found, I'm not sure, was it you, Mans, that
Yeah.
put a guide up for this to make this about a 5 minutes chapter 1.
Ah, yeah, that's me. I did do that. So essentially, in chapter 1, you can do this stress a bit faster, such as doing it at sub 5. But then again, that involves a lot of movement, a precise style places and such. So if you can do it in sub 5s, that's really optimal during the run. Then of course, there's also another sub which is sub 450, which needs more precision movement, and you need to do not much of a mistake as in the sub 5. Now the Carto and Shannon goes away now, and we stumble upon the another island that we're going to explore here.
All right, and coming up right here, we have an incentive. Has that incentive been met? We have about 5 minutes before we get to that incentive, but hasn't been met yet.
The incentive has not been met yet. You are talking about cheer up the plan, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we are currently at 50 out of 100 euros. So you guys have about 5 minutes to get 50 euros in. All for a great cause, guys. So yeah, get that money in.
Alright, so this is Mo. Mo fell asleep while he was watching his sheep. Where is the sheep?
Where's the ship now?
Okay, well, I guess I'm going over to this one.
The ship just disappear or just trying to blend in with the grasses and such.
So we have to go and find his sheep, but we find out that the sheep do not like us, and he gives us a suggestion that why don't you find something more delicious, and it will follow you if you feed it to him.
So yeah, the ship is kind of picky, so we need to find a way to treat them and also guide them back to the mole itself.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
Ah, there you go.
Alright,
Also,
now we're going to
yeah.
run all the way straight over, and we're going to grab up all 3 sheep before we continue and go talk to Mo.
And also keep in mind that the tile placement that Steve do here is actually kind of specific, because we're going to need to find the 4th ship, which needs us to put all of the grasses, I believe it's the like a bushes, so you need to put all the white bushes in a specific position here, which Steve's going to do now. So what we need to do is to make
do it? Oh, I see what I did.
the bottom one. Oh yeah, the left, the left one. So and then Steve actually managed to find the secret map piece that's actually going to spawn automatically, which is actually going to tell us where the 4th ship is. And yeah.
And that is Penelope. Oh, we're gonna go up and we're gonna feed Penelope another piece, and she's gonna get sick off of it. So we go there, and she pukes up another piece, and unfortunately, we do want to skip this. We wish we could skip this letter, but we cannot. It forces you to read that letter. And then we're going to go here, and we're going to place this down. Then we're going to move this over this way and move this one up here for the sole purpose of what we need to do next, which is to first move this down. Place that there. That's gonna... Oh, go ahead.
Okay. That's good enough. So yeah, every tile that has been put by Steve is kind of specific. Like this one, the tile that is below us, which is the one with the river bridge on it, you can only get that tile if you actually put two straight line tile on it, and of course it needs to be that specific place so that we can just go right around it. And again, Steve puts the another specific tile here, which is the curve one, so that it can spawn another secret map piece, which is this house. And then we're going to talk to the mouse father right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement places that it's hard to explain. That's why I'm glad that Mans is here to explain stuff as I'm going along, because it's very like focus intensive sometimes when it comes up. So this is where in just a little bit here, as I can see, we didn't really get any donations, so unfortunately we won't be able to cheer up the plant. But the good thing about that is, after we're done with the game, if we have enough time, I could have a chance to come back and still cheer up the plant with the chapter select. But unfortunately, we're just gonna go through it. But there is one more incentive that we would really like you guys to try and hit by the time we get there. That's about an hour into the run, and that is to build a snowman. And who doesn't want to build a snowman?
Yeah, it's almost Christmas, so yeah, seeing a snowman like this early will be really interesting.
Yeah, right. Almost Christmas time. We can build a snowman, and we only need 40 more euros to build that snowman.
Yeah. Also in this section,
I always blank out here.
Yeah, it's alright, man. So in this placement too, it's also specific so that it can spawn the I believe it's the head of the river, so that we can also spawn the guy in I believe it's a blue suit, asked by the Monkar or the Mo's father to get the specific item, which is I believe it's like a flower or leaf and such. And then we give the leaf to the Monkars or a Mo's father so that we can progress the story itself. So if we actually get the clap, I believe it's clap the plant, like, yeah. So if we actually get the plant, yep.
I was gonna say, you see that plant up at the right corner, up there by the to the right of the tent there? That's actually a plant that we would cheer up, because if you notice, every time that I clap, it moves. That kind of hints towards a secret piece that you could get, but you don't get it unless you go back to the plant afterwards.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we won't be able to cheer it up just yet. So another thing that you're gonna see me doing, it might look like I'm wasting time, but it's very helpful in the very end of the run. I'm gonna try and move things together later on in the run, and that will help us in the final chapter of the level to get through it a lot faster.
So yeah, in the final level, we're going to again revisit all of the places that we've been going, and then we're trying our best to connect all of them areas. So it's best to we actually change all of the tile in the specific order so that we can actually manage to save time a little bit at the final stage, because at the final stage we just try our best not to manage to change a lot of tile. Instead, in this, I believe in this route, we only going to do one change, and that's actually kind of specific due to, I don't know, it's like a RNG manipulation of the tile that is going to happen later on. But this one, yeah, we just going to try our best to actually change it so that in the next interaction with the island, we can just change it minimally. So for the next one here, yeah, go Steve.
Oh, the only reason that I talk in that order to the people is because then I can just run over really quick. The reason that we're being quiet and hiding is because this ghost lily is very rare and they managed to find it. But they like silence, so we all hid and are super quiet. We see the ghost lily and we go into another cutscene here really quick. But then Bradley, the sheep, comes in and baa's and chases the ghost lily away. Why would you do that, Bradley?
Oh, come on, Bradley. That's not cool, man.
So now that the ghost lily is trapped at the bridge here, we're just going to jump onto it and try and entangle it, and that will cause us to go off of the river into the next chapter.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna be doing something interesting here. I'm going to be standing in a specific place here because I need to. Normally, you heard that the hooting. That's an owl up at the top that is pointing at a circle on the ground, which is telling you that you have to put the pattern of the river into a circle.
Yeah, so in casually we actually talk to the bird to show that, oh, you need to make this circle thing in order to pass to the next like a next interaction with. But of course this is a speed run, so we don't actually need to do that, so that we can just place ourselves in a specific place which is inside of the circle, so that we can talk to the guy. I think it's called Chirp, right? The guy?
Yes, Chirp.
Yeah, so we're going to talk to the Chirp, and then he's going to guide us about the next trip, and we get this specific tile again, and then we just make so and to the next iteration of it.
All right, so now we're coming on to... Oh, that's really good RNG, okay. We're coming on to a section where it's kind of like if you've played Paper Mario, it's like the forest section in that area where they show you there's something different in each one of the areas to show you exactly which way that you have to go. And this little section right here is actually the little ribbons that are on the trees. Alright, so we're going to go right here, grab these up, and then we're going to do this, go up here and talk. So you're seeing all these people around here. These are actually the Watchers. We're going to learn about that in just a little bit here.
Okay, we're going to see the Watcher later on in the other section, but it's still in chapter 3, which kind of delves into in later on. So initially we already found, I believe it's a 3 Watcher now, right? Oh, there you go, that's the 4th one. So there's the bear one, the wolf one, the vulture one, and then there's Chirp, which is the owl one that is going to help us later on in the game. And right now, Steve is putting a specific tile on a specific pattern because the game is kind of, let's just say, puzzling out. So it's trying, in here we're trying our best to figure out which section or puzzle we need to do. In here you can see that there's a branch. Actually, I think it's a fallen tree, right? It's a fallen tree that points out to a specific place that gives us this a really nice map that we can go into the next section.
All right, and then my... Ooh, okay. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Here. You get the left one. And this section is also specific too, like the other one. But instead of showing us like the direct visual cue, we only see like the whole of the cue of it. And this one is the movement of the tree. As you can see, the tree moves to the left or right. And then what Steve needs to do is to move Carto to that specific place so that Carto can get another piece of the map that she can actually make later on. And then put another piece of it in the connected piece on it, so that we can get the other map piece to the next. I'm sorry, I believe to the next part of the chapter. Okay.
All right. Oh, that's a little bit far away, but
yeah, that's really far. Also, you notice that Steve doesn't actually get the like a flying envelope that he actually do in the chapter 2. In this chapter 3, it's optional, so you don't need to get that envelope. It costs you like, I believe it's like 3 to 5 seconds if you actually get it. So we just get the map and just scoot away and such. And there you go.
All right, time to explain. Time to explain here, mans.
Yeah, so what Steve is going to do here is a really specific move that we call clipping. So what Steve is going to do here is he's going to stand in between 2 pieces of the map, and then he's going to try to go out of bounds, and you might see that the out of bounds itself is kind of tricky because the visual cue is really minimal. Okay, let's see if it actually oh, okay, that's
No.
close. Okay, so
Come
keep
on.
in mind that
There we go.
okay, that's good. So keep in mind that the out of bound itself, it's kind of RNG-esque to it because the game literally can just throw you anywhere, and we just try our best to align it so that the game will give us the exact position that we want. So yeah.
So right here, Churb is upset because he was supposed to. All the Watchers were supposed to have a sapling that they were supposed to go to a meeting with the current Watcher of the entire area to find a new Watcher, but he lost his. So the Ghost Lily that we found earlier, we decided that we were going to give him the Ghost Lily.
Yeah, then we go to the Ghost Lily and get to the next cave. And surprise, surprise, Steve's going to do the next clip that he's going to try here. Oh, okay, that's really close. And this particular clip is really tricky. Not only that it can throw you out of bounds, which Steve's going to do now, actually happening to do now, it also can put you back into the place that you actually don't want. And what you actually want in this one is to put the Carto to the bottom side of the area, which is the next line of the map. Then again, the clip is really tricky. Even though that we already aligned perfectly, the game just can throw you anywhere. Oh, that's almost.
Yeah, I thought that was a. Come on. This might take a minute, so go ahead and if you have something to read off, go ahead and do it.
Well, I just want to say that we do have received a €1 donation by Anonymous. Thank you very much for that. And that indeed went towards the cheer up the plant. And I think
Awesome.
we all could need a little cheer in these trying times we're currently in. Yeah, get your money in for that, guys. And if you do not know what we are raising money here for, we are raising money for Mind. And Mind is a nationwide organization which is committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. And all of your donations you will do towards this event will directly go to Mind.
There we go. Perfect timing. Okay.
Awesome.
Holy crap.
With all planned.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay, now the next segment that Steve will do here is to align all this like a dark gray plates so that he can make the specific tile which is going to spawn a new NPC that we're going to talk about later on, which revolves around the Steve that already talked about before, which is the Watcher one. Okay, so one more tile, and nice, there you go. And then Steve, we're going to move that tile to the specific place so that he doesn't need to realign again later on in the next interaction later on in the other chapter.
All right, so right here we have a very long, I think we've counted it, even with mashing, it's about a 5-minute mashing spree. Can you kind of explain what's going on right here as well, Mans?
Okay, so essentially, like Steve said, there's like a lot of iteration combination later on in the story. So it's essentially just Carto cruising around, helping other people and such. Like in the chapter 2, Carto is helping. I believe I actually refer it as a flower hunter in chapter 2. So essentially, Carto helping these people trying to find the Pacific flower, which is Ghost Lily. That Ghost Lily is already given to the Chirp in the chapter 3. In here, all of the Watcher is gathered around to, I believe it's like trying to do a tradition of finding a new Watcher leader, I believe. And there comes Chirp that we actually given some sort of let's just say a wacky ghost lily that is definitely not come from the forest, and suddenly, surprise, surprise, Chirp is the new watcher because of the thing that we already given to him. So yeah, there's a lot of plot in this game. It's simplistic and it's fun. So the
Yeah,
game
it's a
itself,
really great story, to be completely honest. Like, playing this casually, please do, because there's a lot of funny lines, there's a lot of stuff to do, and it can be very challenging on your first playthrough.
yeah. I mean, as a suggestion itself, just enjoy the ride of the game itself. It's simplistic. It's really fun game to casually play with. And yeah, and then well, as the plot thickens again, as they putting all the plants that they found. Oh, this plant is kind of weird. It's glow itself, and oh, it's actually the plants that been made by Chirp. There you go. Chirp is the new leader of the Watcher,
Oops.
and puts us here. Oh, you
Alright, so right here,
okay?
we're gonna have to talk to all of the Watchers, because later on when we talk to the actual Watcher, like the current Watcher, he's gonna say, see what everybody else wants to do. So you can just do 2 dialogue boxes, basically one after the other, if you do all the actions beforehand. You can do a lot of that throughout the entire run, actually. If you know what you're doing, you can just do the things that you would need to do after you talk to them normally.
Yeah. And there's going to be 2 interaction with the elder here, and then Steve just going to nod so that we can move on to the next chapter here. And then again, we're going to interact again with the elder and also Chirp, who is at this moment is the new leader of the Watcher. And yeah, essentially now at this moment, the elder is going to give us an item, which is actually not. It's literally just I believe it's like a plot item and such. It's not going to help us at the run, essentially, but it's just kind of verifies the game as in, oh yeah, you already did this mission, so that we're going to give you this specific item so that we can progress you to the later chapter. And in
So
here,
here we
we
are in the
yeah.
chalet, where the story, where you go up and you start reading the book, and the book that you read there is actually what activates the story tender to come in, and the book that you read is actually your story that has happened so far.
Yeah, the game itself is a wholesome as it get. You're reading a book about a story of yourself, so yeah, it's amazing that song. And
Like,
here,
what he says,
yeah,
yeah, what he says right here is, I've just been reading a story about an old lady and a child, how they how they got separated. I know it's a weird story, but it's how the story goes. So it's kind of like really cool the way that they made this happen.
yeah,
So I'm putting all these books in a specific order for a specific purpose. I'm not sure. Do you have to talk? This is what I forgot to find out. Do you have to talk to the story tender here?
no, you don't need to talk to the story tender. You just need to talk to
Oh
the
my
book.
gosh. Alright. So we're going to move this down here so we can grab the books. Then we're going to move it right back up and then leave the chalet. That's as much as we need to do here. So
yeah,
with these magical boots, they allow for you, as you see, I'm actually sprinting a lot. I'm going faster, and they're actually required to get to the next area.
So yeah, and at this chapter we actually get like boots that makes us a bit more speedy rather than usual. That's actually help us a little bit in the run when we don't actually need to move the tile at some point, because it's faster to just walk rather than we actually switching the tile. And in here we go back again to the chapter 2, but at a specific reason though, which is we're going to find where is the place that has a lot of sand on it. Okay.
Alright,
So
I need to figure out what I'm doing here.
okay.
I'm like I'm so like out of it. There we go. Okay, there's
Okay.
one.
That's enough.
Okay, I'm rearranging a bunch of stuff in a specific order for a certain reason.
Yeah, so in order to actually get the place that has a sandy stuff on it, we're going to talk to Mo again, and then we're going to ask him, hey Mo, do you know where this place that has a lot of sandy in it? And then Mo is going to say to us that, oh yeah, I know it, but damn, I just kind of forgot. I only know it when I go to sleep. So yeah, we need to make Mo fall asleep essentially. And in order to do that, we need to put a lot of specific tile to get a specific item that make Mo sleep later on. So in here, Steve just aligning the tile to get a kind of option, like an optimal route of it. Then again, in us in the speedrunning aspect of it, we just trying our best to actually put a tile in a specific order in the specific place that we actually can do, so that we don't actually waste a lot of time later on. And I think you forgot to talk to Mo, Steve. Okay, there you
Yeah, I forgot where I had placed him.
go. Okay, there you go.
All right. So he explained everything, and what's going to happen the second that I exit out of here, it's literally just going to go, oh, you've placed everything already, but before we do any of that, we first have to go down here and we have to talk to the children and the
teacher, essentially.
teacher, wherever she's at. Here she is.
Oh, yeah. I think is it really bottom of it? Okay, now
And
Steve is
she's
going
gonna say all the kids know how to make him fall asleep, so we have to talk to each one of the kids in order to activate that one. So the first one we talk to that kid, then we talk to this kid, then talk to this one. Now the second that I go into the map, everything is gonna fall right into place.
Okay, there you go.
That was
Bing.
perfect.
Nice. So all that specific place is actually spawning us also a specific item, which here we're going to get we need to get 3 of the flowers that we need to find in order to make more sleep. And Steve already got the first one, which is the green one, and then we're going to get again another one, which I think is the green. I'm sorry, the first one is the blue one, the second one is the green one. Then Steve's going to put this tile on a specific place so that he can walk efficiently instead of just walking towards to the previous place. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Here we go. All right, that's better. Okay, there we go. And then if I cannot. Okay, that's fine.
I don't think
I'll still turn it. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, that's good. So you might notice that Steve can put X tiles on the Y tile because they have like a unique design to it. Such as if you put the grass one that's connected to the river one, well, you essentially can, because both of the tile is actually is a different layout and such. So what Steve needs to do is put that tile in with the other tile so that it can combine itself, and then make sure that Carto is near to those tiles so that we can have efficient movement and then do as our charge. And also here you notice that Steve already got the third plan, then he's going back talk to the Mo again so that we can make Mo fall asleep. That's going to give us a location to this. I believe I think it's the sandy one, right? The desert one. Yeah,
Yes.
move us back to the chapter 5, which is the desert.
All right. So coming up is the desert, and for some reason I am not a fan of this because we talk a lot about not a lot of RNG, but this is where literally like all of the RNG in the entire game comes in.
Yeah.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hopefully grab those. Then I'm gonna go down here and talk to this lady. We have to talk to her specifically to activate. That's the thing about this chapter, is you have to talk and do specific things in order to activate the next thing. Otherwise, you're just going to get lost.
Yeah. So essentially, the game is like, oh, you can do that. You need to know first what you actually need to do. That's why we need to talk to the specific NPC. We need to talk to and such before we actually putting all the maps in the place. And then what Steve's going to do here is just try his best to put Carto goes forward all the time. I believe it's like 4 tiles or something. I kind of forgot actually. Is it 4
Yeah,
or 6?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I believe it's like a 6 tile or maybe 8. I
Here
kind
we
of
go.
forgot. There you go.
So
And
doing
then
doing that allowed for us to get our next piece. Then
yeah, there you go.
What I like to do is I like to move her all the way over here. Then we have to place this piece down and place that piece down.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, the reason
Then
why
I need to go up to this chest, and it will only activate. It's 91. Okay, 91, negative 180, 270, minus 270, 90. And that's, we have to turn the tile in those specific orders in order to open up that chest.
yeah, we literally just trying to crack the safe by moving the map piece, which is yeah, it's kind of one of those interesting mechanism that is in the game. And then again here, Steve's moving a specific tile so that he can progress to the later section, and also make Carto a bit more faster.
Cool.
Okay, here also as you can see right now, after the I believe like a sand rain and such, there's a footprint that immediately exists in the game. That's also one of the clues that's to go into progressing to the next section. And here Steve's just moving a specific tile so that he can progress the footprint, and then that footprint will give you another map piece on it, which is the next part of the section that he's going to. Okay, that's actually kind of close. That's good.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what do I do? Alright, so right here, we have to do 3 things in here. We have to grab up this coconut, we have to go over and we have to grab the page, and then we have to go and talk to her. And also, we are getting closer to building a snowman, so if you want us to build a snowman and torture me by doing so, go ahead and do those donations.
Yeah, that would be awesome to see. So again, here Steve's putting a specific tile so that it will spawn at least a cactus, and then Steve needs to put the cactus at a specific place, which actually connecting all the cactus together. Oh, that's actually kind of far one. Oh.
Yeah,
okay, that's good. Now Steve just need to select the third one, then it will spawn a secret place, and then Steve will talk to the reading the wall. Then the cactus place will disappear and then change to a wall one. And then essentially what you need to do here is to make I believe it's a S symbol, so that it will spawn another secret area. So right now Steve is trying to find where is the placement of the wall. Okay, there you go. And then he needs to find the other placement, which is kind of tricky because the placement of the wall itself is really RNG, and then here Steve is just trying to figure out where is the placement. Okay, that's good.
That was pretty fast. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's actually kind of nice. And then we're going to meet this girl, which is essentially the captain of the desert that we will talk about later on in the early of the chapter. And here she's a bit thirsty though, so yeah, we need to figure out how to hydrate her by finding water. So what Steve is going to do here is that he's going to go to the well. Okay, let's see here. So after finding a well,
there it is.
It's in the bottom. Okay, there you go. Steve is going to find a well and realize that, oh wait, there's no rope on it, so that we can get the water. And surprise, the camel that we actually stumble upon inside of the wall, at the reading wall, actually has a rope, so that we just get the water immediately later on, and then give to her and later on.
Alright. Come here. Yeah, the people that we had to talk to at the very beginning are actually the followers of this girl right here. So we give her water to quench her thirst, stay hydrated, everybody, just like her. And she's gonna send off a beetle to tell everybody that she's safe and where to meet up with her. And then she asks us to find one more thing. She lost her amulet because something stole it from her. So she would like us to go and find it, or find that shiny object from that creature and get it from the creature. But it's only attracted to shiny things. So luckily for us, we managed to find more shiny things.
So yeah, you might remember that the Steve actually do the save one, right? So in that save, we actually get a coin who apparently is shiny that we can actually manage to. Okay, there you go. So we can attract the creature that we're going to do later on. Oh, that's actually kind of far to place on. So what Steve's going to do here is put the golden coin and to attract I believe it's like a porcupine. So to attract the porcupine, and then porcupine is poof, he just gets stumble on his own, and it gives us
but
the
now
item.
we get to pet his fluffy tummy on the underside, and he happens to have a piece of the map with him.
Yeah. And
right,
then
now everybody's here, and we're gonna give her the amulet. She's gonna jump up top, and we're gonna do a lot of rearranging here in just a second. Because we have to have pieces in a specific area, and if I lined everything correctly up here, before I do that, let's see here.
Okay. Okay, again, Steve just do a realigning again. It's really essential to the game and also for the last few chapters of the game, so that we don't actually need to do another realign in the last chapter. And here, Steve is going to make a specific placement, which actually going to solidify a pattern that you can see at the moment, which is a castle. And this castle, if we actually manage to make it, it will actually spawn I believe it's an oasis. Yeah, I think it's an oasis. So that the oasis itself will going to help these follower and people to manage to stay more hydrated and later on. Okay, one more, and there you go.
And then with all my rearranging that I did, I managed to make it, well, except for right here. I'm able to get over to the final area. So there we go. We put our water in so everybody can relax in the pool, the oasis, so they're not as hot anymore because it all dried out.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, they just do this little, small cutscene to show that everybody's happy and everybody's chilling in the water. And we're gonna run down here and we're gonna go and talk to the elderly lady over here, who we find out is actually the mother, or the grandmother of the leader.
So yeah,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. So we talked to the grand lady here that it will spawn another specific area, which is surprise. We throws back again into the storyteller to find what is happening at the moment. So you might notice that the game is kind of vibrating a little bit. That's because there's a volcano that's happening in the game, and then Carto is like, whoa, what's going on here? There's a volcano that's going to erupt, and at this point, Carto goes to the volcano, which is a fun stuff in here.
All right, so right here is the chalet again. We meet up and find Cheyenne again. And we tell her about the volcano, and that's where we should be going next. So the storyteller tender tells us that he doesn't exactly know where all of the volcano books are, so we have to try and find him himself in the volcano wing, which is hidden someplace interesting.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that the books that you need to read are right next to you when you walk down the stairs, so you just go over to those books. And you have to rearrange. You have to move this out of the way. Then you're just going to move this one up here. That will open that up. Then we're going to move this back up here, and we're going to go over and we're going to talk to Cheyenne, who's going to say, "Hey, we found a book on the volcano. It's a tourist attraction. I don't want to go with you, however."
So yeah, so after Sinan tells us that, oh wait, there's a volcano in this section, but you need to go to this place first before you actually go to the volcano, which we will go back to the forest. Okay, let's see. We go back to the forest, and then we're going to spoiler again. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about to the chirp again about where is this volcano actually placed on. And in here, Steve is just going to realign all of the remaining of the of the tile so that he can minimize the realign again in later on in the final chapter. And in here,
Now, in order to find, in this section, we have to go and find Chirb. And Chirb, we find out from Nayup, who has the vulture, who's my favorite, by the way, that it's in the northeast. So we head up here and we get our tile. Then we can just place it down right here, which just happens to be next to one of the next areas that we need to be, which is gorgeous.
yeah.
Didn't plan that out, but it worked out.
Okay. You might want to try to connect that too.
Yeah. Oh, down here. I'll just connect it down here. There we go.
Okay, that's close enough.
And there we go. All right.
Okay, that's good.
So we're gonna talk to Chirp here, and Chirp's gonna say, "Hey, listen. I know how to get to the volcano. I'll talk to the trees, and they'll help you out as well, because he's learning that from the Watcher. Since he's the head Watcher now, he now wants to. He was learning how to talk to trees, and the trees are gonna tell him that there's an itching tree." So we have to go over to we have to do a couple of things in a specific order. The first thing we have to do is we have to go right over to the itching tree, which is right here. We have to look at the hole in the back. The branches are blocked, so what do we do in order to get that back? Well, we happen to know somebody who has a bear for a pet.
Yeah.
So if I find there we go, it's up here.
It's
so
up,
if we go
yeah.
all the way up here and talk to the bear, bear's gonna say, "Yeah, I can help you." And he's gonna clear out the pathway for us, and we'll walk down, and we have one more puzzle before we get into the next section, which is the volcano, which is my favorite level in the entire run.
Yeah, probably one of the awesome places on the game. Okay, putting a specific tile there so that we can go delve bottom again. And in here, yeah, there.
This is, we have to light up all of the torches, but we also have to do them in a specific order, which we won't really worry about just at this moment. Instead, we're just going to, the puzzle is very simple. It's completely useless. I don't know why they made it such an easy puzzle, but the puzzle is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to line up you have to light all the torches and then put them in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4. Very difficult. That was good.
Here.
I'll turn back around.
I think you need to put I believe it's Q1 to the third one.
Yeah, I need to rearrange just really quick, but oops. What did I do?
The bottom one. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, now we have that, and now I'm just gonna turn this around and walk through here, and we're gonna go into the volcano, which is a really fun chapter.
Yeah. Also, you might notice that Steve actually didn't connect all of them in the one single segment because the game doesn't actually track that place, so we don't actually need to realign all of them to be exactly one line. So it only attracts all of the main courses and excluding the cave one.
So that was Pinko. Say hi to Pinko. Now say bye to Pinko, because we're never gonna see her again.
Yeah. So yeah, sadly the volcano segment actually we found a out of bounds threat on it. So instead of we actually interact with them, we're just going to see you later on. So we don't actually need to interact more.
But casually, that is such a fun area.
Yeah. I mean, in the
so yeah, thanks to Nagel,
Yeah,
He is
Nico.
the world record holder right now. He has, we mentioned him earlier. His run is like a sub 55 right now, and that chapter is normally 9 minutes. It's now brought down to 30 seconds. Thanks
Yeah,
to
that's
him.
like a really big improvement. I mean, at first we actually didn't think that the game has such of like a trigger, like a out of bounds trigger, or putting Carto in a specific place. And then now we'll find out that you can actually make Carto out of bounds and then go inbounds again by putting her back to the mapping area, which is kind of interesting and also helpful because for my perspective, the volcano level design is just kind of funny. Like the exit is literally right there, and well, casually you need to do a lot of errand and stuff. But with the out of bounds threat, it's literally just saving up a lot of times in the oldest route. It's like 8 to 9 minutes, which is really interesting. And here Steve is trying to realign all of the boxes so that it will put, okay, there you go, it puts into the order that has been told by this, I believe it's a story child owner. And then and he's going to ask us to do the third one, but instead of putting all again like usual, he's just going to put
Oh,
it
wait,
by
whoops.
doing, yep, well, and he's going to
Forgot to
put it
talk to him.
just by just by doing the map. Hey, and you need to talk to the owner too. And then he's like, "Oh my God, how do you put that efficiently and fastly?" Well, we just move the map piece and such. And then we're going to talk to Shannon here to find the whereabouts of this next island that we're going to move later on.
There's a lot of talking here, and I need to actually grab up a picture because the next section I'm going to be using it. I actually have a. This is one of the few areas that I actually need a picture to solve the section coming up here.
Yeah, the next section actually requires us to make a specific pattern. Unlike the other places, we actually need to memorize this pattern that we're going to stumble upon later on. There will be a four specific pattern. Then that if we actually manage to miss at least one of them, that costs us a lot of time. So yeah, Steve here is going to see a picture of it to memorize the pattern. And again here, we just talk to Shannon here, and then Shannon's like, "Okay, let's go to that island right now."
Yeah,
And
she is very homesick, so she wants us to travel with her back to her town just to see what everybody's doing. She'll hide.
yeah,
She says she'll hide.
yeah, there you
We
go.
also have a very funny soft lock coming up. I promise I'm going to show it off, and I promise it doesn't waste time like at all.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting soft lock.
All right. This will always be in the same order: south, east, north, 11, and all of the above.
Yeah, in spectral perspective, the option will always be safe. It will always be same, which is I believe it's southeast and north, right? Yeah, and the alt strat, like some people actually do a different one, which is like, for example, north and northeast, because it's the point out of the optional itself. It really depends on how do you put the island on the chapter one in here, because Steve actually doing it optimally. So he's just going to get the I believe, yeah, it's the southeast one and the north one. So again, it's really depend on how do you put the island in the chapter one.
All right. Here comes a lot of rearranging again. I need to look at my picture here.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, that's good. So I'm going to explain later on what is actually the meaning of this feature. So I'm just going to let it slide for now and then just let the game speak for itself.
All right, so a lot of this is just talking to the people. If you want to, Flua, if you want to shout out anything, go ahead and do it right now. It's just talking, and we'll explain a little bit more of what's going on.
All right, sure, can do. Give me just a minute. So I just would like to remind everybody that you are currently watching the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. Unfortunately, due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, currently we're doing all the events online. So this event currently, as you can see, it features both streamers from the Benelux and from the rest of the world, bringing you entertainment during the lockdown. So yeah, I hope you like what you see, and yeah, and we are raising money for Mind, which is an organization that deals with mental health issues. So if you know someone who is affected by that, or even are affected by that yourself, I think this is a great cause.
All right, thank you very much. So right now, Cheyenne got what she was wanting. She wanted to see home. Now she's going to help us get to where we need to go, which is the iceberg, where Granny says that she's going to meet us. And in order to do that, we have to win this fishing competition. And in order to do that, you have to rearrange the map to look like the fish that are on the map that you would normally have to get off of the little kid, but since they're all the same, you just take a picture of it and you know all the fish and you just put them in that way. And as you saw, we have 2 dialogue boxes. We already have the water star story, and that means that we've made the correct fish, but because there's 2 dialogue boxes, I literally cannot do anything in the game at all. So all you have to do is just load the last checkpoint and you can continue on.
Yeah, the softlock itself is kind of specific because the game actually asks you to find a way to make the fish pattern of it. But of course, we're a speedrunner, so we know what the pattern is, and the game is like, wait, how do you know this pattern actually exists? And then the game's just like freaks itself, and then give us that specific softlock. So that softlock is kind of iffy if you actually do a restart checkpoint as soon as before Shannon actually doing a fishing animation, you're actually going to get an infinite loading screen soft lock that costs you a lot of time in run, and not only that, you actually you're actually crashing the game. So of course you don't want to do that. So by waiting for a little bit or until Shannon actually finish the fishing animation, then you can just restart the encounter and then do as usual. So yeah, it's a really interesting soft lock that exists in the game.
So I believe that there's a random amount of time for each one of the fish every time that I do it. It seems like it's random each time. And then which one am I missing? Oh, okay, there it is. Sometimes I just get lost as to what I'm actually doing.
So yeah, if you still wondering what actually Steve's doing here, is Steve is doing a fishing competition, and he needs to get 4 of the specific fish that you can actually only get at a.
Oh.
I think. Okay.
I see what I did wrong. Don't worry about
it. Okay. So yeah, so what Steve needs to do here is actually making a specific tile so that it will spawn a specific fish. There's 4 of them. You need to get 4 of them before everyone else. So there you go. Steve already get all of them, and then just go to the host of the game to get the map that we need to actually find Granny later on.
All right. So I might have to cut off the incentive for building a snowman. Did we manage to hit that incentive?
Unfortunately, we did. Actually, give me a second in here. Give me a second. It looks like we actually did manage to hit that incentive.
Oh, we did?
Oh, yes, we did indeed. Now let me just get my donations in here. Yeah, we got a 40 euro donation here from Mod366, who's currently doing the tech in here. Great job, doing a great job, by the way. Saying we're not yet building a snowman, not on my watch. Steve will build that snowman. How else can I call him Elsa in the future? Thank you very much, Mod, for that donation. And, well, I guess we will be building that snowman.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to explain this real quick what actually Steve's doing here. So again, Steve is going to do a major clip so that he can get to the forest area. There you go, you can get it. So, and while getting the forest area quickly, it means to skip a lot of stuff, including the fixing the broken bridge, and then do an interaction with an old man that will be interacting later on. But at this instant, the first interaction is unnecessary at the moment, so we just do a clipping and the rest assure. And in here, Steve is going to put a specific tile. There you go. So a specific tile so that he can enter I believe it's like a townsfolk or something. Yeah, like a town area, ice town people, and then he's going to talk to the guard here that will give us to the next section of the game.
So the whole concept behind this level is that they're missing the 7th iceberg in here, and they've never seen it before. So what we need to do here is we need to go and we need to... well, first, we are going to grab up our first part of the snowman, which is very exciting, and it's the head. We need to collect 3 pieces of the snowman, the head, the arms, and the scarf. And the only one that's really out of our way to collect is the scarf, but it's only adding on just a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert, you know that toy that we had at the very beginning of the game and the mother? This is actually the son that we were looking for throughout the entire game. So we give him that, and then he gets very grateful. He gives us a piece, and then we're going to go down here and we're going to collect the arms of our snowman. So now we need to collect one more piece, and the way that we're going to do that is we're going to go into what is normally a very, very, very confusing slide puzzle to get to. However, I've been practicing it, and hopefully I can still remember what I'm supposed to be doing. I think I already messed it up. Yes, I did.
Okay.
I've already messed it up again. There we go. That should be right. Alright. So now we're going to move this, turn this like that, and we're going to turn this like that, and then we're going to go and we're going to grab the scarf for the snowman. Oops. Well, sorry, not the scarf. So now we're going to head back down this way. We're going to stand right here so we can get back... Yeah, there we go. Get back to where we need to be, up to the top, and now we can continue on by placing this piece that we used earlier. We're going to place it right here. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank for some reason. There we go. We're going to place it right there, and then we're going to run up, and we normally... when you're playing this casually, you want to talk to the old man again. That's the one that we skipped earlier on. Well, we're going to skip talking, doing a little bit of dialogue because he needs his bag, which is right here in this wind. So now we're going to turn it back around so the wind is facing the other direction, and now we can actually go and talk to the old man. So what he's going to do here is, with his bag, he's going to uncover what's normally a puzzle in this section. I should have done a lot of the movement a little bit earlier. It would have made a lot more sense, but we're fine. So right there is the shape of the islands and what they need to normally connect up with. it took me until just recently that I finally actually managed to memorize exactly where everything goes. So this piece is going to go down below here. Then we have this piece, I believe. I say I memorize it as I'm wondering where everything goes. Here it is, down here. There we go. No, what am I doing wrong?
No, no.
Here.
I think that's the other piece, though.
Then this was right. Oh, I see what I was doing wrong. Okay. Wow, okay. I'm very stupid. Okay, there we go. So now that we have all of these connected, now we're going to bring a couple more pieces back together here by putting them in specific spots so we can get the light to shine on the lighthouse there, because the light from the lighthouse has been out for years. And that uncovered the 7th iceberg that they were looking for. And what's coming up right here, we have a section where on the 7th iceberg we have where am I at? Did I do something wrong here? No, I did not. Okay. On the 7th island is a treasure, and I want you guys to try and guess in the chat what the treasure is on the 7th island. But before we do that, we are now going to build ourselves a snowman. There's our happy little snowman. So everybody take a guess as to what's inside of this treasure over here. What's your guess, mans? Mans? Oh, we might have dropped him. Alright, and with that, here we go. It's puppies. So, let me explain a little bit about these puppies. The reason that they're still in here is there is a, there's something that you can read in the books about it. It's called Neverwinter, and Neverwinter allows for people to go into an eternal slumber and only awaken when awaken when they're disturbed or the chest was open. So that's what these puppies managed to get. So now that we have that, we're almost done with this chapter. All we have to do is we have to go and we have to talk. Well, first we have to pick up this letter right here from Granny saying, "I'm sorry I'm not there. I'm still soaring." But we have to talk to these people, and they're going to tell us about the puppies. And then we have up here to talk to these last two people here. Now I know we got to build a snowman, but we still have one more opportunity if we have enough time afterwards that we can still cheer up the plant if people donate enough money to get that. Alright, so we're going to talk to Cheyenne, who's going to say, okay, let's go find Granny. She's above the clouds. We need to get to a higher place. So we're going to say, yeah, we're ready to take off, and we are going to leave the island. Do we have you back, mans?
Yeah. Sorry about that. So
Oh, you're fine.
we're going back to the I'm fine. So we're going back to the storage outlet area here, and then we're going to talk to the storage outlet owner again, talking about where is this higher place that Granny is talking about. So in hindsight, so the store owner knows where the place is, but he actually forgets where the doors are in order to go to the higher place. And in here, Carto and Shannon will try their best to actually find that missing door, which is kind of interesting and perspective. So what Steve is going to do here is, I think you're going to check out the map to find the map first, right? Or you just do
Yes.
the yeah, okay. So Steve is
Yeah,
going
I
to
believe you have to find the map in order to do it. If I'm
yeah
not
yeah
mistaken.
yeah. You can also do without the map first and then get the map. It's really depend on how do you do so. So in here, Steve is going to check out the books, specific
Oh, did we lose you again?
get the they can get
Oh,
the
there we go.
text of it, the map of it. So yeah.
All right. I'm looking at a picture right now because I still do not have this memorized. It's all in the same order. It's just for some reason I don't have this memorized. There we go. So that's the last
Yeah, there
picture
you
that
go.
I need.
Yes.
That was actually pretty fast.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nice.
And now we're going to go up in the hidden area where the story tender has a hidden elevator up to another area. And they're going to go up to the door, and you know that seed that we gave Chirp earlier? Well, it's now infested the entire tree and now become its own.
So now it's becoming a big tree, and then we're going straight into the tree itself. And here just do another chit chat with the store owner and Shannon, and then Carto is like, "Oh my God, that's a really big tree. How do we actually go there?" And apparently, because we actually friends with Chirp and also the Watchers, we actually go there again just to talk about them too. Well, I want to go a higher place, so can you give us a boost? And yeah, and Chirp and going to help us goes to the higher place, which is the top of the tree later on.
So we find out that the because Granny is above the clouds, we say, well, we need to get to a higher place, and the tree just happens to be the highest place at the moment. So Chirp is going to open up the tree, and we can walk in and go up to the top of the branches here. And we are getting close to the end of the run here. I'll tell you when the timing begins, or it is. But first, we have to wait for Cheyenne to do all of her dialogue. She has 3 dialogue boxes here that we cannot skip. She just gets very excited because we're above the clouds and we're super high.
Yeah,
But we find out that we do not see Granny up here, unfortunately. So, Cheyenne has the idea to open up the map. And this is the reason that we decided to make everything together like this. So, at the very end of the run here, we have to connect everything up with the rest of the entire map.
So yeah, what Steve's actually do in the previous few minutes and so is that he's trying to make all the islands closer so that he doesn't really need to do that much of a movement because in speedrun aspect of the game you just need to try your best to actually get a minimal moves of tile maps as possible.
So here's Mo. He's just off in the distance. That's where he went and took us to the sandy area. So now we're gonna see all of the maps that we went through, including the volcano. Say hi to the 2 pieces of the volcano.
Yeah. Yeah, in a normal in the previous run before the out of bounds patch, you actually need to do one movement in the volcano, which is when the volcano is erupt. But of course, because we skipped the volcano sequence, there's only 2 tiles there, so we didn't actually need to do the finishing of it.
So now that we're above the clouds, all we have to do is move the tree next to Granny, and Granny is going to come in, and we are going to celebrate because we finally found Granny. And she's gonna say, "Oh, thanks for finding me. Who is your friend? Does she want to come along with us?" Absolutely. So the timing ends once the screen goes white, fades to white.
Okay, this is going to be a bit more closer.
Yep, almost there.
Yeah, almost at the end.
3, 2, 1, time.
There you go. Hey, not so bad.
Alright. Yeah, so that was Carto, any percent? This game, for being so new, we have those major skips in the game, and it is such a fun game to run once you know what you're doing. Shout out to Nagel and Mans. They're the two active runners with me. It's a very small community because it's so small, but we do have a Discord. If you're interested in running this game, go ahead and hit us up on the Discord. You can go onto the speedrun.com page and it'll say everything. These are the credits. It's about 5 minutes long, but there's a little bit something after these credits if we have enough time. Do we have time to show what's after these credits here?
I would have to check the schedule for that, but I hope nobody is gonna tell me that I am nobody is gonna hate me for that. But considering you were almost 10 minutes underestimate, I would say that we do have those 5 extra minutes.
Okay, and, did anybody send in anything to cheer up the plant anymore?
Unfortunately not. Cheer up the plant is only at 51 out of 100 euros.
Okay, that's fine. So right here, this is funny because they're introducing you to characters that we haven't even seen in the entire game. Right there in the volcano.
Yeah, that's a volcano section.
Do you have any shoutouts, Mans?
Actually, no. I'm just going to shout out, especially for Nagul, for finding these really wicked strats that we never think that actually exist in the puzzle game base. And also shout out to all the runners at the Carto speedrunning community. Also, yeah, if you do want to speedrun it, you can check out all the guides that exist in the speedrun.com. Also, you can also chat with us later on in the Carto speedrunning Discord if you would like. There you go.
Yeah, it's not. I would strongly suggest playing the game casually first to try and figure out the puzzles for yourself. But then, if you really, really enjoyed this game, please join us, because we want to try and get the community growing quite a bit here.
Yeah. I mean, the game itself...
This one is one of my favorite screens, because the story tender is fan girling over Granny because he read stories about her.
Oh, yeah. That's actually kind of cute. Yeah,
now, what were you gonna say?
No, it's alright.
Oh. Alright, so if you were upset that you missed out on the, if you joined in at the last bit of this run and you missed out on the puppies, well, we have one more surprise for you. The good thing about this is the only slow part of the credits, because we can't skip anything, but once we actually get to the actual names of the list, we can actually fast forward through it.
Yeah, thankfully we actually retimed the ending of the run. Actually, it used credits, but then we moved to the widescreen because it does more make sense.
Yeah. All right, so we're just speed running through the credits here. And then we have another extra scene with Cheyenne in here. And Cheyenne happens to be on her own island, surviving with her by herself here. And in comes a little letter from Granny. And that letter says, "It's so nice to be back with Granny, but I miss you lots. The skies have been beautiful. It's only been a week, but we've already seen so many amazing things. We even made it through another storm. We're prepared for anything now. Thank you for being such a great friend to me. I hope you find wherever you're meant to be, and I'm sure you'll see you there soon. Also, you won't believe what I found hiding on the airship. One of the iceberg pups smuggled aboard. Good thing she likes seafood stew. Anyways, we all miss you. Write me back when you can. Love, Carto. P.S. Granny says hi."
Awesome.
Aw, Carto misses too. Oh wait, what's that? Another puppy. Hello, doggo. She gets super excited, and the puppy starts licking her, and that is the end of Carto.
Yeah, that's the end of Carto, everyone.
So, like I said, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you very much, Steve TV Online, for that beautiful Carter run. Coming up next, we have Pogon 1 running Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. So stay tuned for that.